Hey guys, the Firebird here. It's just me. My brother couldn't be here today, as always, because he was kidnapped and YouTube is not paying me enough money to pay for the ransom. Was that pretty funny? Because, I always complain about money. Whatever. Anyways, these are the jokes. There are no refunds available. So before we begin this video, I just want to say that yesterday I uploaded a new Transformers kill count on Ironhide, and the views on that video are less than stellar, to say the least. So if you haven't watched that video or you missed a notification, I'm gonna put a link in the description down below and in the comments down below for you to check it out, because I really put a lot of effort in that video, because it took me like 5 days to make it. So if you guys can go and check that video out after this one, that would be much appreciated. But anyways, today I'm doing another Transformers explain / missing characters. The type that I used to do where I talked about the hidden Autobot from Transformers 2007 or the hidden Autobot from Revenge of the Fallen, and so on. This is basically a continuation of that series because, well, I'm not doing that good on views and I need a quick video. Number 2, I find it shocking that I haven't covered this one yet because it's actually pretty interesting. And number 3, I had nothing else. Yeah, so let's begin. How did the Autobots lost all of their Aerialbots before Dark of the Moon? Which, if you look at the grand scheme of things, if the Autobots had Aerialbots during the Dark of the Moon fight, their fight would have been probably a little bit easier for them. But anyways, let's begin. In Transformers Dark of the Moon, the game, Starscream was sent by Megatron to destroy the Autobots' production of mech-tech weapons. They were planning to give some of the mech-tech weapons to humans, which Megatron wanted for that to not be the case, since the mech-tech weapons on humans could be especially deadly for the Decepticons. We saw how a few mech-tech weapons managed to cripple Decepticons in Dark of the Moon. The mech-tech weapons actually made the humans pretty formidable opponents, and even Starscream will later end up being taken down by one of these weapons. So Megatron actually foresaw how deadly these weapons would be, so he sent Starscream to destroy the mech-tech shipment, to at least slow down their production for a little bit. Starscream was sent to a faraway Autobot base to destroy the mech-tech shipment. However, he was taken by surprise by a nest trap, and then he started being attacked by several Autobots. After disposing of the Autobots, Starscream was met by the arrival of the Autobot Aerialbot commander, Air Raid. Air Raid briefly engaged Starscream. However, Starscream managed to get the upper hand in the fight, and Air Raid was given no choice but to flee. However, during the way he taunted Starscream, telling him that he could take him down at any moment, trying to lure Starscream into a trap. A fight through the nest base happened. As Air Raid and Starscream were flying away, Starscream disposed of several nest traps that Air Raid was trying to use on him. Eventually, Starscream managed to locate the mech-tech shipment, which was about to be transported away by Stratosphere. However, unbeknownst to Starscream, this was actually part of Air Raid's plan. He managed to get Starscream to a location of his choosing, and then unleashed the other Aerialbots onto Starscream along with some human jets. Even though he was outnumbered, Starscream managed to take down all of the Aerialbots all by himself. After the Aerialbots and the humans failed, Air Raid, Silverbolt, and Breakaway told Stratosphere that they were gonna take care of Starscream by themselves. The 3 Aerialbots engaged Starscream on a brutal dogfight. However, Breakaway was the first Autobot to fall, followed by Silverbolt, until it was just Air Raid and Starscream left. Air Raid put up a good fight, but he was ultimately shot down by Starscream. Knowing that he was all alone and that there was no one else to defend him, Stratosphere decided to engage Starscream all by himself. He activated his stealth force. However, despite his immense firepower, Starscream still managed to cripple Stratosphere's engines and therefore crippling the craft. At one last-ditch attempt to save himself, Stratosphere informed Optimus that his engines were inflamed and that he was going down. Optimus assured him that they were gonna send reinforcements, but by this point it was too late. Starscream managed to blast his way inside Stratosphere. While in there, he killed a few remaining Autobot survivors who had been injured from the earlier fight. In there, he captured some of the mech-tech guns and detonated the remaining ones to destroy Stratosphere from the inside. Starscream flew off the battlefield and declared his victory, while a flaming, exploding Stratosphere disappeared into the clouds below. Now, we don't really know if any of the Aerialbots survived the fight, but I don't know if you guys know this. Typically, when an when a jet gets shot down, it usually crashes in the ground. And considering that the Aerialbots were not seen anywhere in Dark of the Moon and that the game serves as a prequel, we can make some assumptions here. And I would say that this is the point where the Autobots lost their entire Autobot aerial fleet, at least on Earth. Because later in the game we don't really see any Aerialbots after this level, meaning that these Aerialbots were probably the last and only Aerialbot that the Autobots had under their command. Stratosphere, I would say that he's definitely dead because, you know, he exploded from the inside and he took so much damage. I think that out of all the Aerialbots, he probably suffered the most, and I would say that he's definitely dead. The other Aerialbots died in combat, and as for Breakaway, Silverbolt, and Air Raid, I will say that they also died since they were falling down for a huge distance, and I would say that they probably fell to the ground or they fell into the ocean, and if they fell into the ocean they will still end up dying because, well, the damage they suffered was too great. So yeah, I guess this marks the point where the Aerialbots officially became extinct, at least on Earth. Which is kind of a shame really, because the Aerialbots were actually a pretty huge asset to the Autobots, and to lose them all like that, especially to the hands of Starscream, which I might add, it's pretty impressive how Starscream managed to take down the entire Autobot Aerialbot army. Which, I mean, granted, it's not like there were like hundreds or thousands of them, at best there were like only less than 50. But then again, Starscream is the second in command of Megatron for a reason. He's a pretty capable aerial fighter despite his cowardice. So him being able to take down all these Aerialbots, it's pretty impressive and somewhat believable, somewhat. Taking down Stratosphere, I'm not so sure about that. But then again, it's video game logic, what can we do? And before you ask, the game counts as an official prequel to Dark of the Moon. I know there's some people who will consider this to be non-canon, but to be fair, this game was endorsed by Hasbro and, you know, approved and all that stuff, and it's doing its best to fit in with the movie continuity. So I would say that to some degree, it is canon. If you don't want to believe this is canon, then that's fine. It's just a fun game and a neat piece of lore to have that explains what happened to some Autobots that we don't see in the movie. But yeah guys, that's how the Autobots lost their entire Aerialbot army. What are your thoughts on this one? Because I don't know how to feel. Like, I get it, there are not that many Aerialbots, so Starscream taking them down makes a bit of sense, but at the same time, Starscream did that with no backup. I want to stress that. Starscream took the entire Aerialbot army without backup, all by himself. But okay, well, maybe I should give Starscream some slack because we've seen Bumblebee and Optimus take down entire Decepticon regiments all by themselves. So, you know, it's like, you know, if they can do it, then maybe Starscream can do the same thing as well. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. Are you guys satisfied with the way the Aerialbots were taken down? Are you guys upset with it? How do you think Dark of the Moon would have played out if we had Stratosphere, Air Raid, Silverbolt, and Breakaway? Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe guys.